Hello dear students, we are going to learn a topic today, translation under chapter molecular basis of inheritance. In previous class I have already discussed about the mechanism of transcription, how the mRNA synthesized from DNA. In this class the translation mechanism I am going to discuss. Now translation, what is translation? You know that translation mechanism is the mechanism by which the protein is synthesized. It is a process under which by considering some step protein synthesis mechanism are studied one by one. Now what is translation? The genetic messages present on mRNA in the form of codon, they are direct code the sequence of amino acid, and that sequence of amino acid form a protein. This overall mechanisms from mRNA to protein synthesis completed in many steps. These steps I will discuss in detail in this class. Now translation. Translation is a mechanism by which the genetic messages present on mRNA in the form of codon, genetic messages present on mRNA in the form of codon, directed direct means to code the sequence of amino acid. Students, you know that each and every amino acid is coded by particular codon that present on mRNA. I already discussed in previous classes about the genetic code, which type of codon present on mRNA and how they are going to code a particular amino acids. Now this sequence of amino acid form protein, especially the protein in the body of human body, especially coded by protein in the body, in the cells of human body or any organism body, especially coded by our DNA, means directly controlled by the DNA. You can say the protein synthesis in our body is the genetic controlled phenomena. And in the protein synthesis the DNA is involved, different type of tRNA is involved, site, that is a ribosome, is involved. So ribosome here called protein factory. Now I am going to start the different steps that involve in the mechanism of translation. What is the translation? Mechanism of translation is step completed in following step. First is the activation of amino acid. Mechanism of translation is completed in following step. First is activation of amino acids. Here in this step amino acid activation are studied. Now in second step binding of activated amino acid to tRNA. Binding of activated amino acid to tRNA. How the amino acid going to bind to the tRNA. Third one is a initiation of polypeptide chain synthesis. Initiation of polypeptide chain synthesis. What is a polypeptide? This is a chain of protein. Polypeptide chain synthesis. How the synthesis initiation of polypeptide formation occur. Now in fourth step elongation of polypeptide chain synthesis are studied. Elongation of polypeptide chain synthesis are studied, and in fifth step the termination of polypeptide chain synthesis are studied. Students, this is a most important and sequence wise study of translation. This is not given in such form in NCERT. NCERT directly given in the form of paragraph. In the NCERT it is not possible to study as well like that. So it is must focus on this, especially the different step of the translation. Now students, The mechanism of translation is completed in cytoplasm. Mechanism of translation completed in cytoplasm. When mRNA formed by the transcription in the nucleus, the mRNA move toward cytoplasm through the nuclear pore into the cytoplasm. Okay, means by transcription that occur in nucleus, the mRNA form and mRNA formed mRNA passing through the nuclear pore into the cytoplasm, and after coming into the cytoplasm, this mRNA going to join with ribosome. In the first step, the activation of amino acid occur. Let us see what by the diagrammatic representation of each and every step of translation one by one. Now, activation of amino acid. In activation of amino acid, generally a particular amino acid, suppose this is amino acid represented by AA. Suppose activation of amino acid generally represented by AA. Activation of amino acid, generally it is present in inactive form. Inactive amino acid. Inactive amino acid joined with ATP. It is represented by A joined with phosphate and phosphate. This is called ATP. Okay, the inactive form of amino acid joined with adenosine triphosphate plus enzyme. After union, the amino acid, this is amino acid that joined with adenosine monophosphate plus enzyme. This is called activated amino acid complex. Activated amino acid complex. Now the remaining two phosphates are released in this reaction. Here in this step, I am going to summarize again. Here, this is inactive amino acid. This inactive amino acid first joined with the adenosine triphosphate. At the time of the joining, it means union, at the time of when they are going to combine, the two phosphate are released. Okay, and one adenosine monophosphate are joined. Okay, and here enzyme is also joined. This form activated amino acid complex. Okay, this is also known by activated amino acid AMP complex. AMP enzyme complex, you can tell. Okay, activated amino acid AMP enzyme complex means here the name also can be changed. Activated amino acid AMP enzyme complex. Here directly you can say activated amino acid if the amino acid joined with the adenosine monophosphate plus enzyme. Okay, in this one is a second step. This one is the first step. Here the amino acid joined with the ATP with enzyme to form activated amino acid AMP enzyme complex, and remaining two phosphate released in this reaction. This is the first step. In second step, the binding of activated amino acid to tRNA. Activated amino acid to tRNA. This is the binding of second step, activated amino acid to tRNA. Okay, let us see. This is the activated amino acid. Adenosine monophosphate are also joined here, and enzyme is also joined. This is activated amino acid complex. Activated amino acid complex. Now they are further joined with tRNA. This is a tRNA having anticodon. This is a tRNA. This is a tRNA, and this activated amino acid going to join with tRNA. You can see The further activated amino acid come at this point. Now the tRNA comes and they are going to join with activated amino acid. Activated amino acids. Okay. At the time of joining, the activated amino acids joined with tRNA. This is the amino acids. This is the tRNA. This is formed activated amino acid tRNA. Activated amino acid tRNA complex is formed. Why complex? Because this is a complex nucleotide chain. This is a protein is a polypeptide chain, complex amino acids. Sorry, this is a complex amino. This is amino acids, and this is a complex polynucleotide chain. This tRNA generally represented by the structure that I am going to prepare. I have already discussed, student. This is a tRNA. At the time of discussion of tRNA, I already told you this is a tRNA structures. This is anticodon loop. This is a T-size loop. This is a DHU loop. This is a 3' end. This is a 5' end. At 3' end of the tRNA, the amino acid join, and this is represented by this structure. This is a 3' end. This is a 5' end, and at this 3' end, amino acids joined. This is a tRNA. The structure of tRNA. Here, this complex structure cannot be prepared here. So, the tRNA is represented by this. Suppose, student, this is a tRNA and the structure of tRNA is here. Okay. In book, I think it is written as. Now, I am going to as like book prepare. I am going to prepare as like book, students. This is a tRNA having 3' end, having 5' end. And you can see here the position is inverted, 3' end. This is a 5' end, form loop. Suppose this is a tRNA, and how tRNA joined with amino acids. Okay. But in future, this question mark like structure represented for tRNA. You must, student, this structure you have seen, you must know that this is structure of tRNA. Okay. This is a cloverleaf model of tRNA. This is proposed by Robert Halley. Now, at the time of binding of amino acid with tRNA, the remaining adenosine monophosphate enzyme gets released. Adenosine monophosphate and enzyme are released. Okay, this one is a binding of activated amino acid to tRNA. You know that this activated amino acid, this is an inactivated form, and that activated amino acid joined with tRNA, and remaining adenosine monophosphate and enzyme are released in this reaction. This is a step called binding of activated amino acid to tRNA. Now, in third step, the mRNA site are studied. mRNA joined with ribosome. Now, in third step, this overall mechanism takes place in cytoplasm, student. You must be remember this because this is a question of competition, but I think this is a very common question, so it cannot be repeated again. Third, initiation of polypeptide chain synthesis. In polypeptide chain synthesis, first the mRNA having sequence of 5' to 3', having coding sequences in the form of codon. Suppose this is a AUG, CAG, GCC, GGC. This is the coding sequences of mRNA. This is a mRNA. the mRNA first joined with a smaller subunit of ribosome. Suppose we are talking here prokaryotic translation. In prokaryotic translation generally 70S ribosome are used, but if the translation is eukaryotic, the 80S type of ribosome are used, 80S type. But here I am talking about the 70S type of prokaryotic translation, that's why 70S type of ribosome are used in this case. Now you can see this is a 30S subunit of ribosome. What? Ribosome. At ribosome sequence, this mRNA joined. This mRNA, this is a 5' end, 3' end. This is a 30S subunit of ribosome. This is mRNA, and having different coding sequences. You can see here AUG, GCA, GGCC, GGC. This is the coding sequences of mRNA. Later on, from the mRNA, larger subunit are joined. This is a 30S subunit, and this is a 50S subunit of ribosome. Okay. So this overall mechanisms takes place in initiation. Later on, this mRNA further having joining of the 30S subunit as well as 50S subunit. This is a 5', 3'. Here different coding sequences of codon present in here. This is a different coding sequences of codon that present here. The 50S unit of ribosomes having two type of site is called A site and second is called P site. This is a P site and this is a A site. A site is called acceptor site. A site is called acceptor site. Acceptor site. Here the amino acids come one by one with the help of tRNA. tRNA carry one amino acid at A site, so it is called acceptor site, and this is a P site. Here the enzyme present is called ribozymes. Some book also written peptidyl transfer. Some book also written enzyme is called peptidyl transferase, and this peptidyl transferase is especially catalyze the polypeptide chain, especially help in the formation of peptide bond. Okay, so this one is a frame that are ready for translation. Now first tRNA, this is a tRNA that carry amino acids come at this position. This tRNA come at this position. This is a code sequence AUGCAG. Okay, so next step you can see what happened. This is mRNA 5', 3', coding sequences AUGCAG, CCG, GCC, GGC. This one is a coding sequences as like this. This is a ribosomes that attach with this. Now the tRNA enter in the acceptor site, move in the P site, carry amino acid. Now next tRNA is ready. Okay, next tRNA is ready, and this anticodon site joined with the first codon is called coding region, especially called codon, that is AUG, and for AUG amino acids come for this is called methionine, formulated methionine. Now this one is this is called initiation. where first amino acid come and start translating mechanism on mRNA on the site of ribosome. The ribosome provides site of protein synthesis, where all type of tRNA, all type of RNA comes, like mRNA, tRNA, rRNA, because ribosome is a ribosomal RNA. tRNA is transfer RNA, messenger RNA already comes from the nucleus, and they start translating. So this one is the mechanism of initiation of polypeptide chain synthesis. How the initiation start, you can see in following steps. This one is mRNA, first joined with the smaller subunit of ribosome, then joined with the larger subunit, then this is the larger subunit summarized here, A site and P site, and A site, in A site region first tRNA comes, then it is moved toward the less loaded site, and first they are joined with AUG. In next step, what happened? Now the next step is called elongation of polypeptide chain synthesis. Elongation of polypeptide chain synthesis. Now in elongation, less loaded amino acids are emerged out. One amino acid joined at this position. This is called elongation of polypeptide chain. Elongation. And next amino acids comes further that carry with amino acids. You can see the next, these are joined from this position, and next to this next amino acids comes, and the next is called tRNA that joined here again and again. You can say in next step, this is mRNA 5' 3', ribosome shifted toward this side, and here all coding sequence, suppose 100 of codons present, 100 amino acid long protein are synthesized. All are joined by the bond is known as peptide bond. All are joined by bond known as peptide bond. And in last coding sequences UAA termination codon are present. This termination codon generally does not code any amino acid. This created gap, a polypeptide chain is emerged out. Polypeptide chain. So this is a termination codon which not having any type of amino acid for this. If this position in mRNA come, then the termination of proteins occur. Then this step, this is a elongation step, and this is called this step is called termination of polypeptide chain. Termination of polypeptide chain is especially brought about by the termination codon that present in mRNA. And termination codon may be present at any sequence, may be present in between, may be present at the long distance. Depend upon the how many amino acid long protein going to synthesize. So this is a mechanism of translation. And students, this is a homework for you. You must be noted in your notes copy what is the basic difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic translation. You must be noted down, because when you came at school, I will ask this question, and I will see this question in your copy. Okay, this video will upload shortly. Thank you.